What's going on, man? It's your big brother TREN. You tuned in again to another one of those divine videos. And I'm going to touch back on the topic that I just made a video about recently, which is living off the grid. Because I didn't think I explained it enough to where a lot of people actually understood what I mean when I say I want to live off the grid and what it means to live off the grid and how do you live off the grid. Okay, so I'm about to explain it in this video for those who misunderstood me, and I'm gonna tell you why I've come to the realization on my spiritual journey that it's probably best for me, and you probably are starting to realize this too, because you just don't fit in with society no more, and you starting to realize that it's best for you to live off the grid also, okay? So just stay tuned to this short video is over with. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to leave your 2 cents in the comment below, because I want to hear what you got to say about living off the grid and this whole idea of discussion. So first things first, when I say living off the grid is basically simply just going back to the roots, all right? Being a human being who live in his or her natural habitat, somewhere like in the woods or in some type of oasis. Okay, this could be a desert, this could be the woods, this could be a tropical place where it's like remote and it's not a lot of people around, it's not a lot of distractions around. It's not like a city where it's like hustle and bustle, go, 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 work, work, work. You know what I'm saying? And you are living off of your own vegetation, okay? You living off your own homegrown foods, okay? You do your own hunting if that's what you decide to do when you live off the grid, okay? Because, you know, even though you live off the grid don't mean that you still can't go to the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? I know in some places that you can live off the grid in like Oregon. Oregon is like a really nature preserve type state. Washington is as well. And even out here where I stay at in Arizona, if you just want to be warm a lot, okay, some places that you can live off the grid where people, you know, go with their RVs and live in the desert, and they doing just fine. That's what they want to do. They got little small houses out in the desert. I don't know if y'all heard about the little small house or the tiny houses, but they are living off the grid. Okay, so that's what it means to live off the grid. It's like you are just tired of your everyday 9-to-5 stuff, you know, or you are tired of living in a city and everybody's around you is always on the move to the point that it's like nobody's actually enjoying life or nature like human beings are supposed to. And that's where this world is leading us, okay? We live in a world nowadays where it seems like they are leading us into this artificial intelligence, robotical, industrial type lifestyle. And it is just so mundane, and it is so out of alignment with spiritual concepts that it's like, if you a chosen one or if you are a spiritual person and you just like your own peace and your happiness, you starting to probably get to a point where it's like, yo, I cannot do this any longer. I cannot function in society any longer. And like I said, the reason why is because this might not be for you. Okay, I'm starting to realize this. Like I can't. I just look around at people sometimes and I'm just like, why? Like, why? What's the point? Why? You know, people have started living their lives on social media. Everything's about likes now and pictures, and everybody's money hungry and everybody's looking around to see who's the richest person. And I'm just looking around like you probably do, like, why? That's not what we are here for. You know, God did not intend for us to live the way we are living in our society nowadays. And the only way you can escape this matrix is if you live off the grid, okay? And honestly, I think that's how we are supposed to live as spiritual beings. I mean, it's a lot of spiritual people out there, but it's it's a lot of people that's call themselves or claim to be spiritual people, but they're not living a spiritual lifestyle in nature. Okay, I feel like every spiritual person is supposed to be outdoors more than they are at work or inside the house and stuff, or even hanging with a bunch of people. You know, I feel like every spiritual person is supposed to find his or herself away from everybody else. You know what I mean? And if you lonely right now, that is this is a clear sign that you're supposed to be living off the grid. Because if you can live by yourself right now, you don't need friends, you don't need best friends, you don't need a relationship, you don't need family members, you don't need nobody really to be there for you, then you are the perfect candidate to live off the grid. It's like the universe is just like trying to push you out there to start living this totally new lifestyle. Okay? Because if you like me, I mean, you just getting tired of paying bills, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not living to pay bills. I'm not living to eventually end up one day and have a 100-room mansion. I don't care. I'm not trying to own my own private jet or airplane. You know what I'm saying? The things that people are chasing nowadays, it is so superficial, and it's not real true happiness, folks. Okay? True happiness is when you are peaceful and you're able to have control over your life and do whatever you want to do, and you have freedom to be able to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it. I don't know about you, but money, I don't want money. I want that. I would rather live knowing that I am in complete solitude. I am at complete peace. There's nobody I have to, run and do something for. There's nobody telling me what to do. And I don't have to wake up and toil and slave every day to pay bills and pay $1,000 rents and car payments and mortgages every freaking month. You know what I mean? People don't know. They don't know. Like, a lot of people don't know. There is so much land out here that is in the wilderness and that's in remote places that people don't go, that is buyable. But nobody want to talk about that on Instagram. Nobody wants to talk about that at the church. Nobody wants to talk about that at your local groups and meetups. They don't want to talk about that because nobody does their research. It's so much natural resources in other parts of the world that are not here in America. A lot of people don't know, but in Africa alone, Africa is so freaking big that I don't think people talk about it enough. And I know this is a globe. Don't get on me because I don't believe in a round world. But anyway, if you look at the United States, look at the size of the United States, y'all. Okay, if you stay in the United States, and look at the size of Canada if you stay in Canada. Now look at what happened when you turn it all the way over here to Africa. Look how big Africa is. That's like 2-3 United States in one continent. You see what I'm saying? Don't nobody talk about South America. Look how big South America is, and look how big North America is. Look how big United States is. It's the same size. But see, nobody talks about these places because everybody is so programmed to just stay here and just live a life here. And it's not what you're supposed to be living like if you're a chosen one. If you're a chosen one, then that means you don't fit in with the groups and the cliques and the whole bunches and munches of girlfriends. You don't fit in with everything that everybody else do. So like I said, you are the perfect candidate to start to live off the grid. Now, when I'm talking about live off the grid, I'm talking about everything you do on your own. Okay? You write your own piece. Okay? You can find a plot of land that don't cost nothing. That's somewhere in the world. Okay? Somewhere in the islands. They got all them different islands out here. San Juan, Puerto Rico, Anguilla, Dominica, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent, the Grenades, Venezuela, Suriname, Ghana, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia. It's so many places out here in the world where I'm sure you can easily buy a whole lot of acres of land and don't pay not what you think you will have to pay for. You'll probably have to pay grocery store amounts of money for this land in these different places with the American dollar if you stay in America. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, listen, and then not only that, but you will have so much money if you move off the grid and go and relocate somewhere. You have so much money compared to what their pesos or what their dollar amounts up to. You know what I'm saying? That you can have somebody build your own custom house, and it don't even have to be a mansion. It don't have to be a 2-3 story house. You can, like I said, you can get you a tiny house. A nice brand new house. Have somebody build it for you for nothing. I know y'all remember them videos. Y'all remember them videos with these indigenous people. I don't know, they be in the rainforest and they be digging up the ground and putting water in, and they'll build the whole house in like 30 minutes. That's what I'm saying, folks. It's people out there, if you go into these different areas, they can build this stuff for you way faster than people in your place where you stay at can. They can build it way faster than a home building crew can. Because they out in nature. They know how to do this stuff. And you probably might not have to pay them nothing but $100 in USD dollars if they, if you turn the money over there into their money or whatever. Of course, it's going to be more than them. Just like rupees. You know what I'm saying? Like when I send money to my Indian friends, man, I can send them like $100. It'll be $1,000 of rupees, man. I'd be like, yo, it be like, I just paid you that much money in Indian money. He like, yeah, you had, Ben. Yeah, you had. Thank you so much for your service. I'm like, wow, man. I'm coming over there with y'all. But like when you live off the grid, that means you don't gotta worry about gas. You don't have to worry about electricity. Everything can be solar power. You get solar power, everything. Okay? Solar power will run everything on your house or your home. And the rest of the stuff, you can do it on your own. Especially if you're a man. If you're a man, you can finally be masculine like you're supposed to be. Okay? You can finally go to the tools spot, get axes, get chainsaws, chop down wood. If you with your girl or your woman or whatever, y'all can chop down wood in a real forest and build it and look up how to build it. Matter of fact, like I said, you can get somebody else to do it. But it's just so human-like to be able to put together your own stuff out off the grid. You know what I mean? Build your own barn with chickens in it, and women, if you with a man or y'all together, or if you want to be by yourself, you can build your own gardens out in the middle. And you ain't got to worry about nobody coming bothering you. You ain't got to worry about nobody charging you for do nothing. Everything can just be paid for. This is what I mean when I say living off the grid. You can finally, for a chance in your life, fellas, you can go hunt, bro. Hunting deer. Get you some venison, man. You know what I'm saying? Hunt you some game. Hunt you some rabbits. You know, real food where it's not processed by these companies and stuff that's giving us like chemical hormone food. And it's not healthy for us. It's killing us. That's why that's how chosen one's supposed to really be living. I be walking around, I ain't gonna lie to you, I be having it on me. I be walking around with all my blades on me and stuff sometimes because I am dying to get out in the wilderness or somewhere and actually cut my own food up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like a handyman type country boy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really ready, savvy, like tools on me. I walk around with this in my pocket some days. Tools in my pocket ready to go. Can't use them though when you live in regular society that much because they got everything to do everything for us. That's like I said, that's why they bringing AI on the scene, which is destroying mankind. It's taking away brain cells. You're not going to be a happy person depending on robots to do everything. Let's get back out on the adventure trails. Let's get back out into nature. Let's get back out into waterfalls and rainforests. Man, I want to go out, man. I want to go up on the waterfall, man, on a date. I don't want to go to a restaurant. I want to be able to take my woman. We got this nice little spot in the woods. Don't nobody go there. We got our 2 dogs, Scruffy and Ruffy. They mean as I don't know what. If they see a rabbit or a snake or a person, they gonna go get them and they gonna attack. in a good way. They're going to be friendly. They're going to be nice. But seriously, that's the type of dates you need to go on. But see, nowadays girls they want you to take them to the fancy stuff. They want you to take them out to get drinks and stuff. Listen, y'all, there's more to life than just going hanging out at the bar. Trust me, man. Take it from a guy who done been to the bar probably way more than you in my life. Trust me. I done been to the bar so many times it'll make your head spin. And I can proudly say there is nothing there. There's nothing there, bro. There's nothing at the club. There's nothing in these spots that we have been led to believe where we can find happiness. The only happiness is when you control your life and you be able to do anything you want. And money is not the number one priority that you wake up to live for every day. People that's waking up every day and thinking about how to go be successful and make all this money and this money and this money. I don't care who they is. They are brainwashed. They're not really living. They materialistic. They worldly. And no, I'm not knocking nobody who choose. Everybody can choose to do whatever he or she wants to do. If you watching my video and you like fancy stuff, don't let me bother you. I'm just speaking my opinion, okay? But it is taken away. You got to admit, it is taken away from your natural instincts of being just a human being. You feel me? And you probably do that on the side. You probably go hunting and stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you, man, that's the life, man. That's the life, being able to go to a wellspring, which I ain't never been, man. I wish I could go to a wellspring. People be telling me, my white friends be telling me about how they went to the springs and stuff. And I just be like, man, I wish I could go out there with y'all one day. You know, one of my friends told me she went salt tubing. I just said, what is that? Well, it's out on the lake, and, you know, we be out there on tubes and be salt water. I'm just like, I ain't never been to nothing like that. But I would want to go to something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go to stuff like that, man. That's in our nature as chosen ones. Like I said, if you a spiritual person, you on your spiritual journey, this is the type of life you're supposed to be living. This is why you don't feel good. Because you're supposed to be bungee swinging and diving in a lake in the middle of nowhere. Like, you feel me? Instead of going to the store in Whole Foods and buying you salmon and sea bass and trout, you're supposed to be getting on the boat with your boo, with your man, or with your woman, and y'all going out there and fishing for the trout. Y'all going out there and fishing, you know what I mean, for the sardines. That is so fun, man. Is that not fun? Lord, man, that's what I want to do when me and my woman be out there. We gonna be on a boat fishing, having fun, fishing, hunting. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much more to life, y'all, than what we've been taught. It's just so much more to life. You don't need a TV, man. When you stay off the grid, you don't need a cell phone. That's just nonsense. You don't need to be on social media checking and watching other people's lives all day. That's a waste of time. It's messing up and corrupting our minds. You don't need a cell phone. You just need some communication. You just need 2 walkie-talkies. Got you a nice gun. Y'all got some guns for protection in case the wolves come up. You good. Out there living the lifestyle. Living in nature, being able to even breathe good because so many trees is around you. So many forest trees and stuff like that is all around you. And you just can breathe clear air. Imagine that. That's why I said I'm living off the grid. I think that's the best move for me to make. I am so sick and tired of sitting in this apartment. I am tired of Airbnb. I am so tired of being in a box in a community where there's a bunch of people that's doing nothing. You know, I don't know about you, but I am tired of going to the grocery store and getting processed foods. Because the truth is, y'all, I think everything processed nowadays, especially if you ain't get it from the farmer's market. So, I don't know, man. I'm just ready for my water to be tapped from the springs. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for real life spiritual living, real life holistic, healthy, organic, the real organic. See, the organic, you can really be organic when you living off the grid because you know ain't nobody touching the stuff that you have created or you have processed. Nobody, man. You know what you doing because it's just you. And listen, y'all, this stuff don't take a lot to do, man. When you live off the grid, everything just gets super, super basic and dirt cheap. Super basic and dirt cheap. They just taught us that if you pay thousands of dollars for rent and stuff like that every month, you able to keep food in your mouth and you able to keep your kids fed and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, whatever your situation is. If you're able to maintain this lifestyle, you would definitely be doing good if you lived off the grid and had your own little land and your own little plot or something somewhere away from everybody else. You know what I mean? Might have one car to get you back and forth if you decide to go to the city. But dang, man, what about the peace and the happiness and the joy and the freedom? Ain't that what we really living for? Or are you just living for the Joneses? You want to just get the money and shine on other people and try to stun on people and make them feel down about them? That ain't the life. That's just what they were taught to do. Okay, so speak up, let your voice be heard, man. Leave a comment below, man. Living off the grid, I think this is the best way to go if you're a chosen one. I really do. And again, folks, it's just so many different places other than where you stay at that you can go to and do this stuff. So many different places. Just so many different places. Guatemala, Honduras. I'm down here in Mexico now. What I see right? I can't even pronounce some of these places. Out there in Cancun, Costa Rica. Costa Rica. It's out there, y'all. So, is you planning on living off the grid with me? Because if you got your passport, then you already on your way, man. It's your big bro Tren, man. Get this video a thumbs up if you planning on living off the grid. And make sure you comment below and let me know your thoughts. What you planning on doing? How you gonna make this thing happen? I want to know your thoughts before you leave this video so everybody can read it and see what you planning on doing with your life. Okay, so that's all I got for you. Make sure you subscribe, man. It's your big brother Trenius. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.